So, hello everyone. I'm Nicole Robinson coming to you again with another episode of Meet the Mustangs. And today I have the privilege of talking to Rob Covington of the Connecticut Mustangs, who is number one on the team. So, how are you doing today, Rob?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Nicole. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for, taking your time out to do this because not a lot of people would want to sit down, especially on a Zoom to do an interview. A lot of people want to do the face to face thing, but I definitely appreciate that. So basically, before we start talking about this whole football world, how are you handling yourself during this pandemic? Like, we got hit with this craziness and, a lot of people are dealing with it different ways. How are you dealing with it?
I just try to stay in the house, for the most part. I mean, just trying to stay safe, clean as possible, washing your hands, hand sanitizer, stuff like that. If I do go out, I wear a mask. I'm saying I try to, get a workout in throughout the week. So I always got my mask and stuff on. But other than that, just trying to stay away from people, until everything is in order for, the world to move correctly how it's supposed to.
Exactly. So you said when you work out, you have your mask on. I have not worked out with a mask on yet. So like how is that? Like I don't, I would think like it's hard to breathe or something.
It is. It is for the most part, but after a while you get used to it. Humans, we adapt.
Exactly. Exactly. So during the pandemic, have you been out of work? Are you considered an essential worker or like how is that affecting you?
Right now, I'm out of work. I was working at a hotel, but I chose to stay away from it because
Yeah.
they open that stuff back up. So I really don't know about too many people. So I just chose to stay away from it for right now.
Oh, I definitely understand that because your safety comes first. You
Yeah.
gotta make sure you're safe. So how about you start with just telling me a little bit about yourself? Like tell me where you're from, your childhood, how'd you grow, how was your childhood basically?
Well, I'm 28 years old. I was born and raised in New Haven. I grew up in the Newhartville area, and I grew up like in the trade area because I lived with my grandma too when I was younger. But I played sports most of my life. I attended James Hill House High School. I graduated in 2010. Well, I was supposed to graduate in '09, but I ended up graduating in 2010. Uh, Basically, that's really it. I just played sports and I stayed to myself as a kid,
Oh,
honestly.
oh. So when you say you played sports, was it just football or all types of sports?
I play all type of sports. Well, I actually didn't play football. I didn't start playing football until my freshman year in high school, honestly.
Oh wow.
My parents, they wouldn't allow me to play football when I was young because I was very little. So I just played basketball and baseball, and but like out playing outside and stuff. I used to play football with other kids and stuff, so I always had the love for football. I'm saying, but I was always a frail kid, so they never let me play.
Okay. Okay. Well, when you started in high school, were you good or were you
I was
average?
I was I was okay. I mean, I feel like if I would have played Pop Warner, I would have been better. But I was okay. But I was real small. I was a small kid. I was like 4'11" until my junior year. So
Wow,
yeah, I
that
was a
is
small
small.
kid.
So
Yeah.
how tall are you and how big are you now?
Right now, I'm like 5'10" and a half, and I weigh like 180. Yeah, around there now.
Okay. So you're still not that big, but
Yeah, yeah,
big enough, big
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
So when you started playing as a freshman, when did you really like fall in love with playing football? Because you're still playing it, so it has to be some kind of love for the sport.
Like soon as I put my pads on and I touched the field and I felt like I was a part of something, that's when I really fell in love with football. Like
That,
honestly,
that's good. That's good. That's real good. Did you attend college or anything? Did you play?
no, I didn't.
Okay,
No, I
so
didn't go to college.
out of high school, did you ever think that you would be playing in a semi-pro football league?
Honestly, no, I didn't. It came to us in 2012. We just used to like play pickup games on Sundays, and this dude, he used to always come and like talk to us, and he used to always tell us like, "Yo, I'm gonna start a football team. I'm gonna start a football team," and he really did. And his name Booker McJunkin, and he was the head coach and the owner of the Venom. And I played for the Venom for like 3 or 4 years. Uh, it was ups and downs, because he wasn't from New Haven, so it was a lot. He was from New York, so it was a lot of back and forth. Oh, are you gonna have somebody from New York come in to New Haven? And but other these dudes from out here that know football, that they know the game of football, they want to coach, but they just won't do it.
That's true. That kind of sucks too, because I mean, looking at your team, there are a lot of people in Connecticut and probably in the surrounding, areas that will definitely play. So I wish it was something
Yeah,
that would have come out sooner.
definitely.
So what made you do the Connecticut Mustangs? Because you mentioned the other team, the Venom. What made you try for Connecticut Mustangs?
All right, so Connecticut Mustangs. So I was in jail, so I ended up getting out of jail around April 2019. So my stepdad, he's the coach. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I know a lot of players on the team. So when I got out of jail, everybody like, "Yo, man, what you got going on? Da, 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 da. Like, are you playing football?" And I'm like, "I don't really know." You know what I'm saying? I want to focus on life. So everybody like, "Man, just come play." Da, 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 da. So I came out, and all my boys play. So why not? It's something I love to do. I'm having fun. I'm staying out of trouble. So why not?
That's true. That's a good thing. I was gonna ask you, like, do you feel like being a part of this team is something that will keep you, focused on what you need to focus on and not head back down,
That road, not
yeah,
definitely,
down that
most
road.
definitely,
Yeah.
not
So,
most
that's a
definitely,
good thing. That's a
definitely.
good thing.
It's a few inspirational people on this team. It's definitely a couple dudes with good heads on their shoulders.
Yeah, we all need that in life. It's nice to be a part of a team, but it's also nice to have people who are good people when you're
Definitely,
a part of that team.
definitely.
And speaking with some of the other guys that I've spoke with already, they talk about the brotherhood of the Connecticut Mustangs and the everlasting friendships that they want to have, and that really just speaks to the camaraderie of your team, the heart of your team. It's just um, one of those things where although you guys will not be playing football forever, because of course, everyone's getting older, it just seems like you guys will still have those lasting friendships and that brotherhood forever. So that is really good. That is really good.
Yeah, yeah. We try to, we try. You know, a lot of people known each other. A lot of dudes on the team, they known each other since we were young. So we all know each other, honestly. For a select few, because it's a couple young dudes. But for the most part, most of the team known each other because we either played with each other in high school or played against each other. So we
That's
all pretty
cool.
much know each other.
That's cool. It's so
But
funny
it's
for
definitely,
it's so funny for you to say it's young dudes on the team, because I look at you like like you're
yeah,
young too
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because
But
you said you're
it's dudes that's
28.
like 20. Yeah,
Yes, I'm about to be 40. So, oof, Lord, wait till you get up there.
I know, right? God willing.
So, um, seems like you've played off and on, like throughout your years. But how many more years do you say you feel like you have left in you to play this game?
I've probably got like maybe like 2 years,
Okay. Now,
like two.
is that because your body is telling you that you have 2 years, or you just want to focus on something else?
I just want to focus on something else.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, football, especially, a contact sport, any contact sport really, it takes time because you have to be physically, mentally, and emotionally,
yeah,
ready.
ready.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, though, what do you what do you want to get out of playing with the Mustangs? Like, what do you feel like you want to accomplish from being on this team?
I mean, for the most part, I'm like for the kids. Like I brought up an idea that I feel like we should start. Like, you know how they got the New Haven Steelers? I feel like we should start up a Pop Warner team with the Mustangs, because we want to help the kids and be better role models and stuff like that. So I want to just talk to the kids and get back to the children and let them know about my story. You know what I'm saying, and let them know, like, just because this is what we brought up in, you don't have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? So that's my part on it. That's what I really want to do.
I think that's very interesting because especially right now in this day and age, with everything that's going on with the young black men and the police and
Yeah,
everything. So our black boys just need to know that there are people that are looking out for them. There are people who are the same skin complexion, the same area they came from, that are willing to help them. And it's nice for them to see that those people have succeeded in life. And like you said, you don't want them to go down that same path. And sometimes it's easier for someone who has gone down that path and changed their life around to be able to understand and reach out to the people, the young men that really need it. It's easy to say, don't go to jail, but sometimes some people are like, well, if you've never been to jail, how can you tell me not to go to jail? You don't know what it's like. But it's nice that, not nice that you've been there, but it's just nice that you're someone who unfortunately it happened to, and now you're like, you know what, that's not a place that I want to go to, that's not a place that I want to be involved anymore, and you're trying to actually look out for the upcoming generation. And that I commend you for that. That's a very positive thing.
thank you.
You're welcome. So right now, besides, actually, I'm sorry, I meant to ask you, what position do you play for the team?
Right now I play wide receiver, defensive back, and I play outside linebacker. So I'm like everywhere.
I see. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, but receiver, that's like you're running a lot, right?
No, that's the running back. The receivers,
Okay.
they catch the ball.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
because in my mind I was like, okay, so you're receiving or you're running, but how fast do you think you are?
I mean, I think I'm I really don't know, honestly, because I gained a lot of weight when I went to jail. I was faster, like in 2012 through 2014, but then I broke my foot, so I really
Oh,
don't know.
no.
I
So
really don't know. I gotta get back into it. I don't know.
I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
catch it
ask you,
one
would
day.
you ever try out to be do the running back, but I don't know if you want to do that because of the broke foot.
Nah, yeah, it take too many hits.
Well, I mean, you just gotta tough it out and take the hit the right way. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like being hit, so I would never play football. Oh, so besides football and you're working out, what other things occupy your time? Like, I don't know if you're married or have any kids or anything like that, but like, do you have any other hobbies that you do besides the football?
Like right now, me and my boys, we got a little brand going on. Uh, but other than that, like I like to chill with my family, my boys, play the game. I don't have kids or nothing, so I chill with my nephew. Um, and I like to write, honestly.
Now, do you write like music? Do you write poetry? Do you write stories?
Right now, I just like to just like write, and I don't really call it anything, but I am trying to write a movie, so I don't know.
Nice.
In due
Nice.
time, we'll see.
Well, I mean, if I see your name as one of those writers, I can say, hey, I interviewed him in 2020. I know who that is. And I can definitely
Definitely,
support that movie. I'll be
definitely,
I'll be looking out for it. I definitely will be looking out for it.
definitely be on the lookout.
So you mentioned your brand. Do you want to like elaborate on that? Because you never know who's going to see these interviews, and
Yeah,
that could potentially be, a connection for you.
yeah, that's true. Well, the brand that we have is called Perfect Timing. And me and my boys, it's actually the four other dudes. They play on the football team. We're gonna interview them sometime this week coming up. But it's called Perfect Timing. Right now we just doing like clothing, and then we want to, expand. And I want to write a movie. We want to do alcohol, and like we want to do like club promoting and stuff like that. So
Oh,
we
wow.
just, we got some things coming along.
Well, that's good. So perfect timing. I'm going to keep that in mind too. And then I can also say, hey, I know those guys right there. I can support, it's nothing like supporting your own people,
Definitely, definitely.
Yes.
That's the truth.
So, my last question for you, just honestly, is just like, what's next for you after Mustangs? Because you said you have about 2 years left. So where do you see yourself doing after that?
Just living life, just better myself every day that I go. Honestly, it's my journey, so I'm just trying to finish it out.
Exactly. Live it to the fullest too.
That's all.
Live it to the fullest. So, is there anything else you'd like to add to your interview? Anything you want to say to the people?
Championship coming soon.
I hear you. Speak it into existence, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, all right. Well, I have no other questions for you, but I would definitely like to thank you for taking the time out of your day today to sit down and talk with me. And this would conclude another episode of Meet the Mustangs. And we had Rob Covington on today, who is #1 on the Connecticut Mustangs.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You're welcome.